Zen is a meditation sect of Buddhism. Buddhism, of course, is a religion that started, with a historical man about 2,500 years ago, the fellow they call the Buddha. When it moved into China, their philosophies and religions were pretty down to earth. They had very little metaphysics, not a lot of conceptual ideas. So when Buddhism met that, it produced, among other things, Chan Buddhism. The Sanskrit word for meditation is jhana. The Chinese couldn't pronounce that, so they pronounced it Chan. When it got to Japan several centuries later, the Japanese couldn't pronounce that, so they pronounced it Zen.
We believe that God is, there's only one presence, one power active in the universe. We believe that God is everywhere, and it's the consciousness and the awareness of recognizing absolute good and the good in others.
That is metaphysical interpretation, so maybe not the literally what it says in the Bible, but what is the meaning behind it, and how can we apply it to our relationships and our work so that we're basically showing up in alignment to our principles.
We do really spend quite a bit of time talking about authenticity in connection to this modality, along with the fun interpretation stuff. Activity that happens in our solar system has a direct physical impact on Earth. What astrology really does is it takes it a step further. We are interpreting it on a soul level.
But in this practice, in the Soto practice, you do meditation. The term is shikantaza, just to sit. We get a lot of new people in here that the first time they sit, they come to me and they'll say, geez, I'm doing something wrong because all this stuff's going on. And you're saying, well, you're not really doing anything wrong. You're just paying attention. I mean, this is the stuff that's going on. We're just not paying attention to it. It becomes a muddle in people's minds where there's no clarity at all. If you took a clear glass and you went to a river and scooped up some water and put it on the table somewhere, well, the glass is going to be pretty muddy. But if you let it sit, eventually that water is going to clarify itself. Not because the water or the mud are trying to do anything. It's just the nature of water and mud.
And we metaphysically interpret the scripture, but also we metaphysically interpret stories, like whether it's a fairy tale. We try to find meaning beyond the words, so it makes it more practical. So when you read a story, you kind of reflect on it and think about what does it mean to you, and what does it mean to raising your consciousness so that you can dream big to live bigger.